Thanks, Kristen, and welcome back to our Tahoe City Boatworks Mall studio. My pleasure to introduce you to Steve Sigg, owner, host, and program director at Tahoe Art House and Cinema. Thanks for coming in. You guys are absolutely crushing it in this market right now. If someone hasn't heard of you guys by now in the Cobblestone Center, they must be under a rock.
Yeah, no doubt. We've gotten the community to back us up hugely, and our success is because I think people were really hungry for something new and different, not just your basic cinema. And we're a cinema draft house, so we serve beer and hard cider. I mean, who can't deny watching a movie and drinking beer or hard cider? We're really proud of it. In
a very intimate setting. This is a one-screen type of spot in the Cobblestone Center. How many seats? Describe the vibe, the atmosphere, if somebody hasn't been there.
Well, we wanted to bring in that classic theater feel, stadium seating. We've put in couches in the back that we call the VIP seating, but it's all first come, first serve. Yeah. We have brand new leather rocker chairs, and we have about 100 seats for our general seating. But then we also have stackable seats, and when we fill the house, when we do our special events or we have movie premieres with like Jeremy Jones and things like that, we can stick in 140. And then when we take the seats out for concerts, then we can cram in 200, 230 people for all of our concerts and whatnot.
Very cool. And you're not just hitting play and letting people eat their popcorn. You do something very different in the beginning.
Yeah, and what we do is it's very important for us to bring the crowd together. So we introduce every film, which was something that was basically back in the 30s and 40s, where you'd come out and you'd have a host and they'd introduce the film and they'd say a little bit something special about that film or something special about the producer or the director and why they wanted to do it. And we've gotten, people love it. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that it brings everyone together, but it also brings you into that mode of watching a film and being intrigued by the film. And we love our programming because we're all over the place.
And as you mentioned, and sort of let them sink their teeth into it before they watch it, become a little more invested, then it's more impactful as they're watching it.
That's exactly right. And we found that a lot of people ask questions too. So every once in a while we can bring in, we have a full production studio there as well. And so sometimes we can give a little more insight to those things too. And then after the movie, everyone hangs out, has another beer, and we talk about the movie.
And you didn't just grow up as a movie buff, and that's how this idea came about. You've got a cool background. Give us a little bit of your background.
Well, I was an action sports cinematographer for years. So I worked for TGR, Warren Miller, everyone pretty much. Was making my own films as well. But I really found that I loved just film in general. And I wanted to become an exhibitor, and it was really my wife that pushed me into it. She was like, this is something you should really pursue. I got burnt out in a different career, and I guess the universe just aligned, and we were able to get into the Cobblestone, and I'd always wanted to get in there, and when we had the opportunity, we seized it, and I have a great partner, Mark Gogolewski, and he wanted to kind of revive Tahoe City's nighttime scene, and I think we've really done that, and everyone's really psyched about it, and we see familiar faces every week.
And you guys do everything from major motion pictures to private independent films that are very niche. Talk about some of your upcoming programming.
Well, right now we're in the major motion picture season. So we have Inside Out playing right now, which has just been getting praise everywhere. So it's not just for kids. It's an animated Pixar film, but it's something for the adults too, which is really important. Then we're also going to be having Mission Impossible Rogue Nation on opening day, which is really hard to do, actually, is to get films on opening day when you're a one screener. So we're really psyched for those, but we also have on the 24th, this Friday, Electric Leo Dance Party. It's actually my birthday party. So we have a 9-piece funk band, 2 DJs. It's going to be an all-night crushing party. We're super psyched. But one of the things we really, really like to do is we like to bring the filmmakers in. So we've had James Redford, Robert Redford's son. He brought in his film. And then you can sit down and have questions and answers. We've had Jeremy Jones in and talking about his films. And then we even had Jeremy come in for a film called The Search for Freedom. Mm-hmm. And Jeremy came in, and it was turned into one of those nights where both he and I were just talking about making movies. And it just resonates with the community. People are hungry, and people love movies in this area, especially adventure films.
Yeah. So and then taking it all the way down to award-winning independent films.
Award-winning independent films. Last year, we crushed it. We had almost every Academy Award winner that we played before the Academy Awards. So
Nice.
we found that we kind of know what to bring in, and it's been a struggle at times, but we feel like we've been crushing it too.
What's the number one way to find out the lineup and the info of what's going on at Tahoe Art House and Cinema?
TahoeArthouseCinema.com, and that's House, H-A-U-S, is the best place to go, and you get on the newsletter, and my wife sends out a weekly update of what's coming, what's on the horizon, etc. TahoeArthouseCinema.com, but we're also on Facebook. We're also on Instagram. So we try and keep everybody updated as much as possible, but at the same time, we don't update every hour.
Yeah.
We want to leave people alone and don't want people going, oh my God, okay, enough with the posts.
Steve Sigg, thank you very much for coming into our North
really
Lake Tahoe
appreciate it.
studio. Love what you're doing as well. We want to send it back to you in the South Lake Tahoe studio, Kristen. Have a great day.